Howdy folks, Sarah here, and today I'll be bringing you another r/castit replay. Today it's going to be between our red Protoss player BoneCarlos up here in the top left of Tal'Darim Altar, and down here in the bottom right we have our blue Zerg RoyalFlash. I'm actually not sure which league these two are in. They were just sent to me on r/castit. So, yeah, hopefully it should be a good game here. Protoss versus Zerg is one of my, I would say not my least favorite matchup, but it certainly isn't my favorite, as me being a Zerg player. I seem to have trouble with quick two-base timings with Immortals and such off these, or out of the Protoss. It does look like our Protoss is going to be throwing his pylon down outside of second base. So I might be going for that Forge Fast Expand that Protoss players really like to do. That's a pretty standard build, especially on a map this big. Nothing out of RoyalFlash yet, no GG12 pool or anything. Did do that extractor trick I noticed, and got himself up to 14 drones, which is something the Koreans swear by, but you don't see a lot of Western players do it. You see a lot of 9 Overlord and the 10 drone. But the Koreans will do the 10 drone, make an extractor, make another drone while your supply is down, and then you cancel the extractor and you have 11 out of 10 supply actually, and then you start the Overlord. I believe is how the Koreans do that extractor trick. We do have a Forge coming down for BoneCarlos outside the natural, so he will be going for that Forge Fast Expand. Gonna want to get some cannons, at least one cannon and a gate, and kind of finish this wall off here. Pretty standard, yeah, for Protoss. Still no gas out of either player. That's not too strange for this Forge Fast Expand. You're gonna need a lot of minerals. We do have a hatchery down for RoyalFlash, sorry. I did throw that down before his pool. Yes, his pool just goes down on 17. Which is kind of dangerous to hatch first, especially since he doesn't have a lot of vision. He doesn't see anything right here. There very well could be a pylon back here that he doesn't see. The scouting drone is getting harassed a little bit. But yeah, like I said, this Overlord you really want to be active with. There could also be pylons and cannons down here. Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit. Cannons down here that could once they're up, they're much harder to deal with. And see, he's finally flying over there to check, but there could be 2 cannons on their way up, and he would have pretty much nothing to do about it. Spawning pool is just now coming up, and he will be starting a queen probably as soon as that comes up. Maybe eventually, sometime. Protoss will throw that Nexus down and is getting his first gateway up. Still no gas geysers, or whatever you call them, assimilators, from Protoss here. Just chrono boosting out these probes and trying to get his economy up. Cancels that Nexus, that was strange. I don't see why he did that. He could be going for a quick one-base timing. He does have a pylon down here, a probe down here that can throw a pylon down, but his warp gate's going to be pretty late, and I don't know why he canceled that. Oh, he canceled it for 2 more gateways in that Cyberport. Kind of a weird move. I don't know what he has in mind there. If he throws this Nexus down, then yeah, he does rethrow it down. That was weird. Oh well, he will be getting this warp gate tech started. We'll probably be chrono boosting that, and we'll be going up to 3 gates here shortly. From RoyalFlash, he's just droning up his second. Excuse me. Does have a 1 gas saturated. Is building another macro hatch here in the main. Pretty good move. Although one thing I do like now on the ladder. Oh wow, there are rocks here. Sorry, I was gonna say on the ladder now these rocks have been taken away, which I think is really nice. For Zerg players on this map, you can take your third real easily. But I guess that was not the case. This was played before the patch, obviously. So macro hatch is actually a pretty good option here. In case a push comes, you're going to need that larva. He does have a roach warren up, and no gases natural yet. Still sitting on 2 queens, and does have speed about halfway complete. Still no telltale signs of what he's going to go into. Hasn't started that layer yet. But, oh, right there, does start 7 roaches. Let's see if those are rallied. Not anywhere. Yeah, they're not rallied anywhere, just to this rally point. Back over here at the Protoss' base, we have a Zealot who has been blocking in that wall. He does have both of his gases rolling, and is going back up to, this will be 5 gates now, plus getting that robo facility about a quarter of the way up. Warp gate is just about to finish, and he's going to be building the second robo here. Not sure what the Protoss is going to go for, maybe just quick 2-base timing with some Immortals, or possibly that Colossus tech. He gets a robotics spade down. Warping in some Zealots here at the main, or at the front gate, sorry. Probably just to protect from any Ling run bys. These roaches here are taking out the third for, sorry, not taking out the third, taking out the rocks at the third position for RoyalFlash, and that is going to allow him to take that third base as he's going up into, oh, still no layer tech. I think this is almost getting to be a mistake from RoyalFlash. He does have the gas for it. There's no reason why he shouldn't be going up into layer tech. A small push coming out though from our Zerg player, a lot of roaches and some Zerglings following him. Hasn't been spotted yet by our Protoss player, but it might once he grabs his tower. He will see, yes, he will see those roaches streaming across. And let's see how he responds to this. He has an Immortal on the way, 2 sentries warping in, 2 Stalkers warping in, sorry. And there is a sentry there for force fields. Here come these roaches though, up the main ramp. Cannon's hitting them. Oh, taking out the Zealots so instantly. Not the best force fields, but are going to phase those roaches back. Not really what he wants though with that Immortal just hitting Zerglings. That's not going to be helping. The roaches are still here at the front, and he's killed all of the Zealots. Zerglings streaming in. Roaches still hitting. Here comes some more Zerglings to reinforce. Roaches aren't moving in. They're just picking off whatever they can. The Stalkers are going down. The Immortal looks like it's going to go down. And another Immortal does pop out, but our Zerg player looks like he might do quite a bit of damage here. Finally going to get cleaned up as this Immortal is just going to decimate the rest of these roaches. But yeah, quite a bit of... Did kill off a lot of his army, but I don't know if that was that good of a trade for all those roaches. He does have all these Zerglings coming back down to... Oh, they're going to stop right there. That's not a very good rally. I feel like all these Zerglings could actually take that small force out if he got a good engage on it, but he's not going to be able to. They're going to be back. They're going to be back inside the gate, and he's just going to have to fight like this. He's not going to get no surround on him. Immortals just one-shotting these Zerglings. Oh, maybe not even one-shotting them because they're not armored, huh? Back at his main base, or back at his base, the Zerg still hasn't taken a third. Is droning up, still trying to get that natural fully saturated. Does start that layer, but just now. I mean, not very, or very late actually, incredibly late, in my opinion. It's throwing down that double Evo chamber to try and get upgrades rolling. Does have these Zerglings at the tower, but 2-base on 2-base is not where you want to be as a Zerg, and he does throw that third up, but I feel like that might have been a little too late. A lot of Zealots here, and sentries are going to make these Zerglings pretty much null and void. Trying to attack into that with just Zerglings. No cannon down at the moment. The Zerg did destroy the cannon in that last engagement, and was never rebuilt. But a small, decent-sized force out of our Protoss player here, going up to 5 Immortals, that looks like. 4 Immortals. This is an Immortal right here. It's not an Immortal, right? It's just Zealots, so it's a bunch of Immortals. But what's he throwing down over here? Oh, just pylons for supply. Okay. Our Zerg player looks like he's got quite a bit of tech rolling now. Got his +1 melee and range attacks going. Has thrown a Spire down. So it looks like he might want to go into Mutalisks. But losing all those roaches so early, it's not a good plan. Looks like we almost had an engagement out here, but the Zerglings did pull back, as those Zealots do not look too friendly. And the Protoss is going to be over here knocking the third rocks down, or knocking the rocks down to third position to go ahead and take that. Zergling's still watching the tower. He did rebuild that cannon there, which will be a little helpful if the Zerg decides to come knocking again. But a good force out of our Protoss player. Looks like 7 Stalkers, 16 Zealots, and I'm not sure how many sentries. 5 sentries, and still 4 Immortals. Does have that Robotics Bay down, and might be rolling. There's 1 Colossus rolling already. Started that. And let's see if our Zerg player has anything out to deal with this. He doesn't look like he is. He has Roach Speed started, but Roach Zergling against this composition is just not going to do the damage it needs to. As our Protoss looks like might be ready to move out. He will be waiting for those Colossus, I would assume, and Colossus range to finish. But a really pretty good timing out of our Protoss player here. The Zerg might have seen the army moving out. RoyalFlash might have seen the army moving out when it did, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Making 17 drones, 18 drones as the Protoss marches over to his base. This is not going to end well for our Zerg player, I don't think. He doesn't see the army. It's still in the darkness. Oh, he's just moving way out of position right now. The Zerg does not know that he's about to intercept this Protoss army, and oh, this is not where you want to be as the Zerg. Roaches are engaging, the Zerglings are trying to stream around, but they're going to meet all these Zealots, plus this 1 Colossus, and these Immortals just going to work on the Roaches. 23 kill Immortal right there from the beginning. And yeah, Zerg is not in a good spot right now. He needs to produce, and he is only making 9 Roaches. He does have 4 Mutalisks, I think, but those are going to get cleaned up instantly. Not even going to touch that Colossus. Yeah, 11 Roaches producing now for our Zerg player, but they're going to be oh, he barely saves those Roaches from a terrible misrally. And this timing attack army from our Protoss player is marching straight into the Zerg's base. I don't think the Zerg's going to have enough Roaches to deal with it. Spawning 15 more. But oh man, that Protoss army just eats through the Zerg. Roaches streaming out here to engage the Zealots. The Zealots are really just cannon fodder at this point for the Immortals and for the Colossus. And there's a GG from RoyalFlash. And the game is over, folks. The 2-base timing out of BoneCarlos just was too much for the Zerg. And I think actually that was a little later than the push that kill me that I was talking about, the little 2 Immortal pushes. But a really solid build from our Protoss player. Yeah, I liked it. Well, r/castit, I hope you enjoyed this cast, and I'll see you next time.